In a world of high-tech performance centers, cryotherapy, and perfectly measured nutrition, what if the secret to superhuman strength wasn't cooked up in a lab? What if it was forged in the sand, under a blazing sun, with methods passed down for centuries? One man is living proof of this idea, a heavyweight titan whose raw, untamed power seems to defy the rules of modern MMA. That man is Oumar Kane, better known as Reug Reug.
Reug Reug has arrived! You see
He moves with an explosive force that doesn't look like it was built with barbells and protein shakes. It looks like it was carved from the earth itself. This isn't your average workout. This is the secret, brutal training of Senegalese wrestling that gives Reug Reug his incredible strength. We're about to break down why the very foundation of his power is a philosophy so intense, so demanding, and so high risk that it's effectively banned from almost every gym on the planet. This isn't just wrestling. This is Laamb. In Senegal, Laamb is more than a sport. It's a cultural phenomenon, a national obsession woven into the fabric of society. Its origins trace back centuries, with deep roots in the Serer people who used it both as a way to prepare warriors for battle and to find the strongest man after the harvest. Today, it's a massive industry where top wrestlers are national heroes, reaching a level of celebrity that rivals any mainstream athlete. But underneath the stadium crowds and media hype is a tradition steeped in ritual and brutal physicality. Fighters, known as Mber, don't just train their bodies, they get into a spiritual battle before a single blow is thrown. This is the world that forged Reug Reug. He grew up in an environment where physical power and an unbreakable mind weren't just goals, but a way of life he started cultivating at 16. The power you see in the One Championship ring wasn't just developed for a title shot, it was built as a rite of passage. The first reason these methods are so foreign to modern gyms is the sheer, uncompromising volume. For a Laamb wrestler, there's no such thing as an off-season. Training is a daily, year-round grind. Forget about curated 8-week fight camps. Senegalese wrestling camps can last for 4 months or even longer with relentless conditioning. Wrestlers perform hundreds of push-ups, squats, and other bodyweight exercises every single day, focusing on building a foundation of functional, all-encompassing strength. It's a philosophy of being constantly prepared. While a modern MMA fighter might peak for a specific date, a Laamb wrestler lives in a state of readiness. This constant, grueling work builds a density of muscle and a resilience in the ligaments and tendons that's almost impossible to copy with a normal gym schedule. Honestly, it's a level of commitment that is just not practical for a commercial fitness center, and it's far too taxing for anyone who hasn't been conditioned for it since they were a teenager. The goal isn't just to be strong for a 15-minute fight. It's to be the strongest man in the village every single day. Now, let's get to the methods, the strange-looking drills that seem like they belong to an ancient world, yet produce elite results. The most famous element is the sandpit training. Practicing takedowns, throws, and conditioning drills in deep, unforgiving sand is a cornerstone of Laamb. And it's not a gimmick. The science behind it is solid. The unstable surface forces the body's smaller, stabilizing muscles to fire constantly, building an integrated network of strength that protects against injury and improves balance. Every single step and every lift requires an explosion of power just to overcome the shifting ground. It's the perfect way to mimic the chaotic, unpredictable resistance of a live opponent. A weight machine gives you a fixed path of resistance. The sand offers chaos, and training in chaos is how you learn to control it. Then there's the unique art of gripping. Traditional Laamb involves grabbing the opponent's loincloth, or nguim, to get leverage for devastating throws. This develops a vice-like grip and an understanding of clinch control that is worlds beyond what can be learned from just fighting for underhooks. It's why Reug Reug's clinch is so suffocating. He's not just holding his opponents, he's manipulating their entire body from a single point of contact, a skill honed by years of gripping a loincloth against other giants. It's a specialized skill, born from a specific rule set that translates terrifyingly well to the cage. Perhaps the most culturally rich and most misunderstood part of Reug Reug's training is the spiritual side. Laamb is a battle of spirits as much as it is of bodies. Before a match, wrestlers engage in elaborate rituals. They dance, they chant their own praises in a tradition called the Bach, and they wear amulets known as gris-gris, which are prepared by spiritual guides and believed to offer protection and good fortune. To a Western eye, this might seem like superstition, but to dismiss it is to miss the point entirely. This isn't just about magic, it's about psychology. This ritual preparation builds an unbreakable mindset. It's a form of meditation that develops mental resilience, focus, and a deep sense of identity. When Reug Reug steps into the arena, he brings with him not just his own strength, but the spiritual and communal support of his entire village. This creates a psychological armor that's incredibly hard to break. You can't teach this in a spin class. You can't replicate it with a sports psychologist. It's a genuine, culturally ingrained method for building a warrior's spirit, and it gives him an edge before the bell even rings. So let's get back to the main question. Why is this training banned in most gyms? The answer isn't a formal rule, but a practical one. These methods just don't mix with the modern commercial gym for a few key reasons. First, the risk of injury is incredibly high for anyone not used to it. The human body needs years to adapt to the stress of full-force sand wrestling and the insane volume of daily conditioning. Asking a regular person to try these drills without that lifelong foundation is a recipe for disaster. Second, the environmental needs are specific. You can't simulate sandpit training on a rubber mat. You can't copy the specific leverage of loincloth gripping with a standard GI. The methods are tied to their environment, and most importantly, it's the cultural foundation. Reug Reug's training isn't a list of exercises you can just pick and choose from. It is a holistic system, a fusion of the physical, the spiritual, and the communal. The rituals, the community support, the warrior ethos. These aren't optional extras. They are the pillars that make the brutal physical training work. You can't break it down and sell it in pieces without losing its soul and its power. It's banned because it can't be commercialized, it can't be sanitized, and it can't be faked outside the culture that created it. The ultimate proof of this system's power is its success at the highest level. Oumar Reu Kane is not just a wrestling champion. He is the one heavyweight world champion. He achieved this by defeating the seemingly unstoppable three-division champion Anatoly Malikin in a historic fight. In that grueling 5-round battle, we saw the culmination of his ancient training. He showcased a level of raw physical strength that Malikin had never faced before, becoming the first man to defeat the Russian champion. But Reug Reug is not a relic. He's an evolving fighter. Early in his career, he showed immense power but had issues with his gas tank. He and his team have clearly worked on this, integrating modern sports science to optimize his cardio for 5-round championship fights. He has sharpened his striking and rounded out his game, proving that tradition and modernity can work together. His victory over Malikin wasn't just a win for one man, but a win for a philosophy. It proved that these old-world methods, when adapted intelligently, don't just work, they can dominate. Reug Reug's power isn't a fluke. It's the product of a lifetime spent in one of the world's most unique and demanding training environments. His strength is built on year-round, high-volume conditioning that would break most athletes. His explosive power is drilled into him with unorthodox methods like sand wrestling that build functional, chaotic strength. And his mind is sharpened by ancient rituals that create an unbreakable warrior spirit. The reason his training is banned from most gyms is that it's real. It's raw, it's risky, and it's inseparable from the culture that created it. You can't bottle it, you can't sell it, and you can't fake it. Oumar Reug Kane is more than just a champion. If you want to see more breakdowns of the world's most unique fighters and their incredible training methods, make sure you subscribe. Let us know in the comments who we should cover next. Thanks for watching.